Can you please share with me 3 other phrases that you should use when you start speaking?
I want to say, let me think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an interesting question.
What else?
That's an interesting question.
Okay. And
I've never really thought about that before, but I would say.
very good. And what about in the middle?
The other things I should say is.
The other things I should say is?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
I can't think of the word.
And
Can I ask a question? What else was I supposed to say? What does this mean?
what else am I supposed to say is you saying that, oh, I don't know what else I want to say. Can you direct me and tell me what else I'm supposed to say? I don't think that's a very good one because when you are talking to the examiner, they're not supposed to interact with you so much. They're supposed to read from the script. So maybe pick another phrase.
What was the last word again? Audience time.
Yeah. Oh yes, you can go ahead and say, what was the last point again? Sometimes when they ask you a question, they ask you multiple things within the question. And you might only remember the first point or the last point, and there might be something in the middle that you want the examiner to clarify for you. So that's why you would ask this question. Now, how about when you're nearly finished?
That's about all I can say about that.
What else?
Is there anything else I should add? Can I stop there?
Okay. these three, which ones do you think is the most useful? Like out of these three categories?
The last sentence.
You actually think that was
The three part.
which part? Which part?
I
This
think
part, this part, or this part?
first one.
Yeah, the first one
Yes.
I think is actually the most useful.
Yes.
Okay? But sometimes when you're in the middle of something, you're in the middle of speaking, these phrases are actually very useful as well. I would say the last part, not as useful as the first two.
Yes.
You can still use them, but I would focus on the first two. Okay? And so we're going to go ahead and answer some more questions. And if you pause, be sure to look at these and say, oh, let me think. Okay? So I'll ask you more questions. What films do you like and dislike, and why?
That's an interesting question. I want to say it's the I like the action movies because it is exciting and dramatically because in this kind of films the characters are all strong and powerful. But I don't like the actor, actor film.
After
Actor, I can't think of this word. But this film is more slowly and slow and the film is I what I've never really thought about that before, but I want to say this kind of film is not interesting and it will make me feel boring. So I don't like this kind of films.
Okay, let's try this again. When you talk about something and it comes to a point where you're not quite sure what the word is, or you're not sure what you're talking about, you have to move on and you have to talk about another aspect. So maybe you can talk more about the films you do actually like. That way you don't stumble. And I noticed you still paused a little bit, but you did make good use of these phrases. So we're going to practice again. Practice makes perfect. And I'll ask you another question. And like I said, be sure to only talk about things that you know. Okay? So, what is your hobbies in the past, present, and future?
Let me think. In the past, my hobby is maybe reading books because when I was young, I really liked reading storybooks because there are many interesting stories in the books. Just make me feel happy in life. At present, my best hobby is my favorite hobby is watching films and watching dramas and listening music because in after days of study, I want to relax myself by watching and listening music. This will make me really relax and makes me feel a little happy after a hard work. in the future, I want to develop my hobby that I want to have a sports exercise because I want to strong my body and keep fit in the future. I think the health is important to me. If I want to work, if I want to work and live, have a high life level.
All right. We clocked in at a minute and 47 seconds, so almost 2 minutes. Be sure to keep on elaborating. I think the problem is sometimes you run out of things to say, and so did you have more to say, or was that all?
I think that's all.
Could you have said anything else? And maybe thought about it? Use one of these phrases to help think about it more.
I think that's all. I don't have anything to say.
Okay. Let's keep practicing. Okay? Can you tell me your life story?
Life story.
Mm-hmm.
I've never really thought that before, but I want to say a story in my life that I in my primary school I met my best friend and we always keep the friendship and in the high school we go to the same high school but we have arguments in my high school because we have different thinking about life or about life and study. So we have arguments and we have a forward in for maybe 2 weeks and we don't keep in contact with each other, but I feel very sad about that. But at last, I was first say apologize to her, and we talk about with each other all night, and we talk, and we love,
Use one of these phrases.
We become friends at last.
Okay, you can stop there. Alright, so just to catch you up, if you turn to page 3, there is a list of useful phrases you can use. Uh-huh. So these phrases will help you stall for time when the examiner is asking you questions and you can't think of anything. So instead of being silent, you use these phrases to indicate that you are thinking about the question. And it does not affect your fluency, so they will not take off as many points when you use these phrases. So these are some of the phrases that Elaine thought was very useful. When you start speaking, and I ask the question, you can say, let me think. That's an interesting question. I've never really thought about it before, but I would say. In the middle, she thought that these three phrases were useful. The other thing I should say is, I can't think of the word. What was the last point again? Oh, yes. And then when she's nearly finished, she can say, that's about all I can say. Okay? Is there anything else I should add, or can I stop there? Okay. So, using these phrases, I'm going to go ahead and just jump into it with you and ask you some questions. Okay? So, describe a competitive sporting event that you attended. I'll give you some pointers. You should say when the event was held, what happened, which team or player you supported, and explain why you think the winner was successful. Here, I'll give you the card. Is there a word that you don't know, Rebecca? All right. Please, Rebecca, go ahead and please start.
Okay. The swimming event. This one has
Don't talk to Elaine.
okay.
She's not going to be there.
In August. And Olympic Games in
Brazil.
Yeah. Our Chinese player let me think. Our Chinese sporters would competed the first with Australian sporters, and at last, although our Chinese sporter was failed, but he was working hard. And I also supported him. Yeah.
All right. And so, although these phrases will help you buy time, you can't wait too long either. So, if you're not really sure what to say, I think you should just keep talking about what you know. So what did you know about this sporting event? Did you know the player's name? Did you know,
Yeah.
Okay, so talk about their names, talk about how many members were on the team.